Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know who's in the audience yet, and for the moment, I'm the only person here, but there will be a few people joining me soon. Purple will be wrapping up her stream in just a minute or two, and once she has finished her stream, Jenny will pop over and we'll have Jenny in here. And I imagine that Purple will probably drop in and Mage Grey Wolf might drop in. And so we'll have a nice little cast of friends to talk. I will also need to know what people want to talk about for this stream because I did not set any particular topic. I wanted this stream to be about the viewers, about the people who would like to be here and who would need a little bit of company for, well, it's Christmas Eve here, but um, the whole purpose of the stream is that you can have some company for Christmas if you are lonely or just need to reach out to someone and just need someone with you. We're here for you. In fact, the whole purpose of the marathon, the Christmas marathon, is Christmas can be a lonely time for some people. Some people just need a little bit of company. They just need a little bit of Christmas cheer. They're not really feeling it, especially people who don't celebrate Christmas. Christmas can be a lonely time for some people. So that's the whole purpose of this marathon, and this marathon will be going on for 48 hours. Purple just started it off an hour ago on her stream, and this is mine. And when I'll be going for 2 hours, and when I am done, I'll be handing off to Chris Mallard, who does the Damn Show at that time anyway, the Daily Atheist Morning Show. So I'll be handing off to Chris at the end. And welcome, Jenny. It's great to have you here.
Oh no, why?
Why? Because I don't like monologuing.
Oh, good.
If I had to monologue, I would have gone and gotten something to read. In fact, that was my original plan, was to grab a whole stack of those. Um, there's a guy that hands out tracts in Auburn, and he has a new one about every 2 weeks or so, and he writes them all himself. And English is not his first language, and they are hilarious. Um, he starts with a story or a movie, and he rewrites the theme to make it about making someone a Christian and how they need to be a Christian. And it's always, some of them are absolutely hilarious, and I've read a few of them on the stream before, but I would have gone and grabbed a stack of those.
Is this person a Christian or?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're serious about what they're doing.
Yes, they're serious about trying to get people to become Christians. Porpoise, there is a link in the chat if you would like to come up and join us, and that invitation is open to anybody. Anybody that wants to come and join is welcome to come and join. And here is Mage. Hello, Mage.
Oh,
Mage is following me today. God damn it.
Okay, I'm trying to find. Okay, those are both mine. I'm looking at a couple other tabs that I have open because I had Purple's tab open and I thought it was still open. And since she's done, I was trying to close hers, but I had two of mine open for some reason. Hey, Purple.
yep. Well,
Journey.
you
Granny
go
put a
on to
link
mine.
in.
You want to
Granny put a link in Twitter.
Okay, there's one in the marathon chat. Where does Journey want it?
Well, Journey has access to the chat, so.
Okay, it's in the marathon chat already.
That's okay.
I'll put another one in, but there's also one in the side chat here on this stream.
Okay. Well, I also threw one there into just the Mid America chat group on Twitter. So if you need
Okay,
to go there
thank you.
for it.
Oh, there's Journey. Hello, Journey.
Howdy, howdy.
Great to have you here.
Jesus,
Howdy.
it's another Minnesota chat here.
Yeah, Mage is in Florida.
Yep. I had to throw the whole thing off.
Well, I'm in Alabama.
Okay, so it's south versus north. We'll win.
Yeah, there we
because we're
go.
the south.
There we go.
Well,
We need to move Jenny to the bottom row.
Can you do that? Wow.
No.
but
No, you can move people around on the StreamYard.
you can, but unfortunately, you can't change the format. It's always going to be three
Right.
people on
If I
top,
move
two
Jenny
on the
down,
bottom.
someone else is going to move up.
But hey, Jenny having center stage makes perfect sense.
Hmm.
Well, I got here first.
That's right.
I like that avatar image.
What, mine?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I decided to use that today in case we get any strangers from the rest of the world so that they think somebody hot is behind the voice.
yeah. I'm sure we're going to get some new people who don't know who we are. So
Yeah, if I put my regular one, I'd be scaring people off. So
Yes, let's play everybody's favorite morning game. Where am I and who are you people?
well, I still had the idea that for a stream we should all just put up our cats, and then they have to figure out who's who based on the cats.
I'd have to use a dog.
Yeah, that's
I don't
right.
have a cat or a dog. I don't have any pets.
Me neither.
Hmm.
Well, I pinned the link to join if anyone else wants to join. But I'm going to need to unpin that and pin the link to the next stream a little later. I'll do that probably around 9. I should say, well, not 9. I mean, an hour from now. My brain isn't working.
it's too early. Nobody's brain is working.
Now, is
Well,
who
once
is
I
the
go
next
to-
string? Who is the next string, Granny?
It's Chris Mallard.
Okay.
He regularly does a show about that time. He does the
Yep.
Daily Atheist Morning Show. And
Yeah.
so he's just made his Daily Atheist Morning Show the stream this time.
Yeah, that's the Daily Atheist Morning Show. That's his regular time slot, so I give that to him. And then likewise, right after him is Ember, because Ember usually does the show after him. So
Yep.
I thought I thought Journey was next.
No. I meant
No,
7 p.m.
yeah,
Oh,
Jordan's not
PM.
until the evening.
Oh God. All
Hey,
right, I'm
hey,
gonna
Journey
fix
got
that.
a prime time slot for it being his first stream.
Do. Okay.
So nap accordingly.
I wish I could join more of these streams, but I have so much I need to get done today.
7 p.m. No, I won't be able to make that one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Purple, how long are we expecting to go at the 2:00 show?
Just a 2-hour time slot, because that was what I set for the standard for everyone.
Okay.
So there's a few people who are only doing 1 hour, but most of them are 2 hours.
So Granny, is the next show in 1 hour or 2 hours?
In 2 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Granny's got 2 hours here.
I've got from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then Chris has 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yep.
And then Ember has 10 a.m. to noon.
Yep.
And when we are done, I need to do laundry and I need to finish editing next week's video, which I recorded I recorded it yesterday and I got 5 minutes of it edited. I've got another 15 minutes to go. And I need to wrap all the Christmas presents because we're opening them all tonight right after dinner. And I need to think of a title and a thumbnail for both this week's and next week's video. This week's video is finished, but it doesn't have a thumbnail yet. So I thought that's what we could work on in here. I'll tell you what the video is, what it's about. And right now I have it titled A Letter to Bob, and I might leave that the title, but if someone comes up with something more clever, I will do that. But I also need an idea of what to put in the thumbnail.
I got an idea.
What's your idea?
Take a picture of your thumbnail
Mhm.
and then write on it, Dear Bob.
You stole my joke.
Okay, we have, oh, hi, C401.
AKA Commander.
Commander. Okay, thank you,
Yep.
Commander.
Yeah, Commander runs the Deep State next channel.
Okay, so the video, A Letter to Bob, this is what it is. About a year ago or so, someone suggested, and it might have been Mage that suggested this, was I mentioned that I would absolutely love to have the opportunity to speak as an unbeliever with a former pastor. The one I was referring to is a pastor that is in Fort Wayne, Indiana, or at least he was in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He no longer pastors that church, and he no longer even lives in the town where that church is located. But I would love to have the opportunity to speak with him, but he's also a very private person. He has no social media presence. And I called it A Letter to Bob, which is not his real name because I didn't want to reveal his name because he intentionally keeps his name out of the public. And someone suggested, why don't you write him a letter? So I did. And I spent a few months thinking about this letter and put together a 4-page letter. And this stream, I read the letter and gave some comments with it. So if anyone has a better idea than A Letter to Bob for a title for this one, I am all ears.
I kind of like the title.
Yeah,
actually.
letter
Okay.
to Bob. Fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I don't think this was my idea though.
Okay.
yeah, that sounds like a good title. Well, it's just, what do you want to use for an image?
I think what I'm going to do is take a picture of myself writing at a desk, or have Robin take the picture for me.
What's in your letter that you wrote this person?
It was a letter explaining that I am an atheist and why I'm an atheist, and how I've heard so many former pastors talk about how what they learned in seminary conflicted with what they learned in church, and how so much of what he used to preach are things that you would learn in basic seminary just are not true. And did you know these things were true? Did you believe them to be true anyway? Are you still a believer? Now that you're not required to say certain things and believe certain things, are you still a believer? And I asked him questions like that.
Well, an idea for a title card you could have just an envelope with to Bob or Dear Bob written on it, and just take a picture of that on the desk.
Oh, I like that idea. That's a lot better than me. Mhm.
The only thought I had was you throw Bob in a lake and see if he lives up to his name.
If he doesn't, he's a witch, and we can go hunting.
Yep.
Because he weighs as much as it does.
Hey, look who's here, Maya. Hi, Maya.
Hi, Maya.
Maya has been a great help in recruiting people for the stream this year, and finding people to run streams and helping organize times.
I reached out to her on Discord, but she didn't answer, so I don't think she wants me.
Maya, if you would like to join, there is a link pinned in the description.
Yeah, Granny, I'm surprised you get away with that.
With
Too often when
people,
when people make their links public, they get just like weirdos,
Porn.
or they get the Christians preaching coming in.
if someone pops in that I don't want, I just remove them.
Yeah.
But actually, I have never had an issue with that. I
Well,
should say once I did. Once I had porn bots popping up in my chat, but
yeah.
I didn't even have a link pinned when that happened.
Well, I did run into an episode one time that somebody apparently had copied my avatar and my name
Mm-hmm.
and popped into another trans woman's stream, and she thought it was me, so she put them live, and then they started spamming porn.
Mm.
That's
Was-
gross.
was it
And
good-
great
was it-
because it destroys channels.
Was it
Yeah.
good porn?
I don't know. I was asleep at the time, so I never saw it. I just heard about it the next day.
I have the strangest reaction to porn. It turns me off.
Me too.
Yeah, well, I can
I've
see
never,
if you're
I've never been
asexual.
turned on by any porn ever.
I am far more turned on by words than pictures. Tell me a
Oh,
good
yeah.
good sexy story and I can get turned on, but show me pictures and I'll get turned off.
Granny, would you like to hear about my tongue?
Sure.
I'm not sure that was an answer I was supposed to give a yes to.
I figured that, but I thought it would be fun to listen to.
I can get turned on by pictures, but for me, even looking at pictures, it's like I have to make up a story about them.
Mm. Well, I was thinking particularly videos.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was on
but
one
yeah,
stream where we got bombed by porn, but it was a book club, and so it was open to anyone, and so they had that problem
Yeah.
from time to time. Someone would come in with an ordinary picture and then substitute porn instead.
yeah, I used to write a lot of erotic stories,
Mm.
and that had been good with several partners for getting them started, about telling them a story to set the mood for it.
Mm. That sounds wonderful.
Martin Elzen. Hi, Martin Elzen.
Oh, yeah. Hi,
Oh, and
Martin.
hi,
I don't know who that is.
Is that one of
Story
your
of-
regulars, Granny?
Yes. I've seen Martin in here before. Hello,
Okay.
Martin.
Story I'm working on currently. I'm not sure how far I want to take the steamy parts.
And hello, Poohhead.
Well, Martin, God bless you.
And I in Davenport.
Hi. Have you been working on that book? You said you were writing a book, sci-fi book about a species, and it's something else that, like, it started out male, became female, or the other way around. I don't remember.
Nope, I'm not working on that one. I'm
I-
working
I was
on.
talking purple.
Yeah, no, yeah, I have one of the characters in my book that it's just natural for their species that they're all born male, and basically when they go through puberty, they become female. So basically, there are no younger, there's like no young women, and there's no older men. And I had this idea, and I thought it was great, and then I found out that once again, nature has beat me to it. That there is a species of deep sea eels that does this. That they're all born male until they reach sexual maturity, and then they all become female.
There's a group of humans in Dominican Republic that are all born female and develop male in puberty.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I did not know that happened, to humans without medical interventions.
Yeah, it's just this one particular group.
Yeah.
I don't know the details in terms of the physiology behind it, so I can't really address it any more than that. But
Where
I
are they?
understand it's some sort of intersex. It would be considered an intersex condition or something.
Where is this?
Dominican Republic.
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
to look
that's
into more on
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I forget the word for it now, but the Lakota Indians, had a word for basically a word for trans women because apparently there were members of their tribe who were, born biologically men, but they they took on the role of women, they dressed as women, and they would marry other men. And that's apparently this was just a common enough thing in their tribe that everybody
I
accepted it.
think
It
it
was no
was
big deal.
Dog used that term to spirited. I don't know if that's it.
No,
Otherwise,
it's another
No,
word.
yeah, there was a specific word for it, but I can't remember it right now.
I read in one book, now I was either a child or a young teen when I read this book, so take everything in this with a grain of salt as it's being written at a children's level. That there was a particular Native American people group where if you didn't pass the test, the manhood test, then you got like 3 chances to pass the manhood test, and if you didn't, then you lived as one of the women.
Interesting.
And don't they call that high school gym class now?
No, actually, the story I've been working on does have the characters are heavily coded as Native American. They're not. I don't want them to be Native American, but they are kind of coded that way. I've been taking a lot from those
Hmm.
cultures, along with other tribal cultures. But they do have a rite of adulthood that they have to pass to be considered to be an adult in the
Mhm.
story.
Yep.
Granny, are you able to put images up?
Yes.
Yeah.
I put one in the Twitter chat.
Okay.
It's in the Mid America chat, not in the Marathon chat,
Okay.
because I didn't want to clog that up. And it's a tall, narrow. I don't want to give it away until you.
Yeah.
I'll grab it. Hang on.
Possibly was asking about shaman, and no, that wasn't the term. That's something else. That a
No, that's right.
shaman was basically a wise man of the tribe. Although often women were shaman, at
Yeah,
least
right.
in the Lakota group.
Yeah, my
I
story had-
kind of focus on the Lakota because they were the biggest tribe that inhabited what is now Minnesota.
Yeah, my story actually has a great mother is a sort of a shamanistic character.
I thought a shaman was like a rag that was really good at absorbing moisture.
It's a Charmin.
Or a sham
No,
wow.
no. A shaman isn't used in the bathroom.
it's called a chamois or a sham wow.
The scam wow.
Did
Okay,
you hear
wait,
that
we
that
got
guy
here.
is running for some office? I think Congress, but I'm not sure. And apparently, the guy's got a reputation of being abusive towards women.
Is this the image you wanted, Jenny?
It's the one with Pam Bondi about it.
Well,
Nope.
I've got it on the screen right now.
No, well, I don't see it.
Yeah, no, I don't think this is it.
Samantha full necky.
Something about Samantha Fullnecky.
No. I said
Okay.
the tall, thin one.
Okay.
Okay.
That is tall and thin.
Okay.
No,
Let me look again.
it's actually a golden rectangle.
No, it was
Okay.
blue.
Oh, here it is. I see it. I see it now. Hang on, I'll have it up in a minute. I need.
Okay,
let's
blue
see,
and gold. What sports team
Y14.
colors are that?
I don't know. I don't follow sports ball.
I don't either.
Hello, Brainless Steel.
Oh, yep.
The image that Granny's going to bring up is it's just not really a headline in a paragraph, right now, but apparently Pam Bondi
There you go.
has decided that it's time to start rounding up trans people.
You'll
Yeah,
probably have to read it, Granny, since Jenny can't see your own images here.
It says Pam Bondi wants FBI to place cash bounties on trans activists.
Yep.
Attorney General Pam Bondi is, it doesn't really tell us anything beyond that. It's just an image and a headline.
Yeah, I believe that's from Pink News, so you can probably find more detail there.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
isn't that
according
encouraging?
to that bitch, a lot of people on stream are violent, nihilistic extremists, but they pardon assholes who try to sell Nancy Pelosi's computer to the Russians, then who leave a giant gooses in the halls of Congress, and who beat cops with fire extinguishers. Those
Oh.
assholes are fine.
Oh, she needs to clean a
People
little bit
like
of.
us now.
She needs to clean a little bit of Trump's shit off her nose.
Texas is already trying to push a bill that, first of all, they have already banned anyone changing the gender marker on their driver's license. But they are now trying to push a bill to make a list of all the people who have attempted this, so that they have a list of all the transgender people in the state.
Well,
And they will
Ken
not
Paxton,
say
I
what
think-
the list is for.
Ken Paxton has been trying to put that list together for years now.
Yeah.
And a lot of states are telling him to go fuck off. He's been demanding, not asking, demanding medical records from every state on anyone who's trans. And I know Minnesota and others have told him to go fuck off. Look at that cunt.
Here's the full article from LGBTQ Nation. This one says Pam Bondi wants the government to create cash bounties for turning in trans equality activists. That would include me.
Yep.
Me too.
Pam Bondi, a former Attorney General of Florida, appearing at the Conservative Political Action Conference. I was looking for that the other day and couldn't remember the name of that. At the Gaylord Nelson National Resort and Convention Center on February 23, 2024, Bondi is, well, we know who Bondi is. The new Justice Department memo from Attorney General Bondi instructs the FBI to create a cash reward system to incentivize providing information against domestic terrorists. However, it also makes it clear that the targets of such domestic terrorist investigations will be Antifa-aligned extremists, including those promoting radical gender ideology. The FBI shall establish a cash reward system for information that leads to the successful identification and arrest of individuals in the leadership of domestic terrorist organizations. Am I an organization? I don't think I'm an organization.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
they already proclaimed that everybody who does my Wednesday chats that we're a terrorist cell.
Yeah.
Bondi's memo cites multiple laws that might be used to target domestic terrorism, but also lays out a clear vision for the priorities of the FBI in targeting suspected terrorists. Primary examples given are not the mass shootings and white supremacist actions that have plagued the nation. Rather, the document names the doxing of law enforcement or violent efforts to shut down immigration enforcement. While it raises the specter of extreme viewpoints, they are not the ones that previous studies have linked to most domestic terrorism. Bondi's memo suggests that the perpetrators are certain Antifa-aligned extremists, and their animating principle is adherence to type of extreme viewpoints on immigration, radical gender ideology, and anti-American sentiment. These ideas are in line with Trump's September executive order designating Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. Antifa is not a specific group, but simply the idea of being against fascism. It was suggested that the motivation behind the order was an aim to criminalize opposition. Do you want me to keep reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found the word I was looking for.
What's that?
The Lakota word winkti roughly translates to man who aspires to be a woman.
Okay. Okay. Hiding under the guise of national security, these supposed anti-domestic terrorism moves are more likely to be used against trans activists and immigration advocates. These the idea that the far left is the real threat to the United States fly in the face of the data and appear to be part of a coordinated move to shift the blame away from far right actors. In 2020, the Center for Strategic and International Studies reviewed data from 25 years of domestic terrorist incidents. They
Yep.
found that the far right was responsible for the majority of domestic terrorist attacks, with an increase as time went on. In 2019, they were estimated to be responsible for 2/3 of the events, and in 2020, that has risen to 90%. The National Institute of Justice study from 2024 found that far-right extremists were responsible for the majority of ideologically driven deaths. The study showed that since 1990, there were 227 attacks from far-right extremists, with more than 520 people killed, while they, in that same period, saw only 42 attacks from far-left extremists, with 78 deaths.
Oh, by the way, purple, it's pronounced Vinkta.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've been pronouncing it wrong. But I was just going by the spelling. I did not hear.
Yeah, I can see it's the way it's spelled. It looks like Winkty.
Hey, might have the
An-
link
another-
to that article. Can someone send it to me? Because I need that for things going on here to illustrate if they want to be douchebags about.
Another point
Thanks.
to bring up, since we're in this topic, is Turning Point USA. They had one of their little hate fests recently, and they've got this guy, I forget his name, but he is absolutely the most bloodthirsty, vitriolic person I've ever heard scream and yell about trans people. All on a religious bent that we're demons and all these kinds of things. And he's clearly into scholastic terrorism, where he's just providing energy for all the people who would be willing to do violence this is why you want to do violence on trans people. And it was just horrible to watch this guy talk and get applause for it. Turning Point USA is a major disease to the country right now.
Journey, I put the link in the chat for you. Hello, Sinister. It's great to have you.
Hello. Yeah, I mean, I spent 10 hours in a car yesterday, so it was time to...
Where did you go? Just around the block all day, or?
I was
To your
hearing,
house, Jenny.
Didn't the
I went to
neighbors
see
get
the place where
suspicious?
you work.
Oh,
I was hearing some stories that was saying that Charlie Kirk was being planned to be JD Vance's VP for 2028 before he got shot.
No.
But I don't know how truthful that is because I don't trust the source.
JD
Yeah.
Vance's political career is done, and he's the only one who doesn't realize that.
yeah.
I didn't say it was going to make it that far, but I'm saying that's what they were planning for.
No, Kirk just wants to be Erica Kirk just wants to be the new first lady if JD runs for president.
Are you sure? Because I seen she stopped dressing like a couch.
I don't
but
think
she
Vance
has been
is
pulling a
true.
good drift.
That's all it is a fucking grift.
Yeah, she does not seem to be at all upset that her husband died.
As for what Pam Bondi wants to do, if she can show me my Antifa membership card, I'll believe her. God, these
They
people are
had
idiots.
The
they
problem
had
was,
one of the underlings in court, one of the FBI, guys that was a little further down the ladder in court, and they were asking him about Antifa, about, well, where is Antifa based? How many members do they have? And the guy just said no answers for anything.
Yeah, I saw that.
They actually detained someone that they just pulled a random lady off the street and accused her of being the girlfriend of the founder of Antifa. I wonder whatever happened to her.
she died. She would have had to have been over 100 years old.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
really.
That was 1920s.
No, I think I know the incident that Commander's talking about, and I think that they had her in jail for a few days and she got released.
Because it was an idiotic thing to do.
Yeah, well, because they couldn't really find any charges to level against her, so they had to let her go.
My favorite thing that happened recently, and now I forgot. I am not a morning person.
The
At
problem
all.
with all this, Pam Bondi identifying us this way, is that they're going to operate. They're going to do this. Okay, this is not this. If they mention it, they're going to do it.
Yeah,
I think we all have to realize that if they say it, they're going to do it. That's their history they've developed here, and they're just going to do it the same way they're doing immigrants. They'll pull you off the street and make up shit.
Well, the problem is, I also think they're realizing they're running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle,
Yeah.
hi Kyle.
yeah.
Because first of all, the public opinion has turned against them.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean they're going to stop doing anything.
I didn't say that. And secondly, I mean, all it takes is some Republicans to turn against them, and these people are gone. Maybe not Trump yet, but Peter Hegseth has committed war crimes. There's no doubt. He needs to be impeached and removed.
I have a question. Very recently, I believe the budget for the budget plan was just the military budget was just passed, and Nancy Mace had an amendment to that budget, which I did a whole video on, which would have banned gender affirming care for everyone that is a military dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Which would include women, women or men who are spouses of military personnel.
Does that mean?
And my question is, did that pass? Does
I believe
anyone
it
know?
did.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what the whole government shutdown was about, getting them to pass a budget, and that military budget was part of
Whoa! Look who we got here.
Can
got
some-
Dr.
Ben. We got Dr.
Hi, Dr.
Ben.
Ben.
that.
I had a
Can
slight
someone send me links to that information, because I have a potential legal case if they decide to be dishbags about the way I'm trying to immigrate. And it all helps, and that it helps people here who came here who don't have someone who cares about them.
I had a slight question about that, because it didn't seem it was like an actual ban. It seemed more like they were trying to discourage it, because you can still get health care outside of the military, correct?
Well, you would have to pay for it. I
Yeah,
mean, you get, the military provides you with TRICARE,
Yeah, so
and you have some options under TRICARE. But what they did was they banned TRICARE for paying from any gender affirming care.
yeah, so it's you're getting hung up in terminology at that point. It's not a ban, it's just discouraging it heavily because people can't afford
It's
it.
constructively stopping it.
What's the
Yeah,
word
it's
I'm looking for?
effectively stopping it because people would have to pay for it out of pocket.
There's a
You know,
phrase
and
for
Like,
most people
you're not
can't afford
evicted.
that.
Like,
There's a
you're
phrase-
not evicted from your apartment. and there's just no heat or electricity and the door's locked, but you're not legally evicted yet.
All right, but there's a phrase I'm looking for that describes this sort of thing where it's not technically a ban.
Yeah, you're right, Porpoise. You're right. You know, they haven't put a ban in the sense that, you know, the doctor would be penalized or you would be penalized for seeking the care. But yeah, they simply wouldn't pay for it. So people who can afford gender affirming care would still be able to get it. They just have to pay
Yeah.
for it themselves.
Well, you guys are aware of the law that is very similar to what you're talking about, except it applies to the general public, and it was just passed by the House and is going to the Senate now. That penalizes doctors with 10 years in prison for providing any sort of gender affirming care
For minors.
For minors. But you know, I don't care if it's for minors or adults; it's still wrong. And
several states have passed something to that effect.
Yeah, Indiana is one of them.
And this is the worst possible scenario. Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced this particular bill, and it passed within 24 hours of her introducing it.
What I don't get is why does anyone take Marjorie Taylor Greene seriously?
Yeah.
She is one of the dumbest members of Congress.
She is, but she's also one of the first that has defied Trump. And
Yeah.
okay,
It's-
Ember says Nancy's bill is out. Now, I don't know if that means out. Let's see. Yeah, her health care ban was stripped.
Oh, okay. So that was taken out of the budget.
We cannot make any assumptions about whether it will pass in the Senate or not. The Democrats have shown themselves to be very comfortable throwing us under the bus.
Unfortunately, true.
Well, someone really needs to tell them that narrative. It's like, oh, we lost because you're a transport. No, no one cares that much about transports. They really don't.
Yeah.
But the politicians do. The public is in support of us, but the politicians see it as a bonus to their campaigning.
Okay, you're missing the point. It's not a winning point for the Democrats. It's
What Porpoise is saying is it's not going to change how many people vote.
Because most Democrats, and I assume even most Republicans, do not care right now about trans women in sports other than passively. Like, some people will use an excuse to call trans women men.
Yeah.
And, you know, what you do with them online is say, I hope you enjoyed your block-a-mean hit. Here's your block.
Well, and, you know, what the focus is for most people, which is even starting to turn a significant number of Republicans, is the economy. Just the mere fact of how much more they have to pay for groceries.
Yeah, those things people care about because they affect their everyday lives.
Right. And that's what's become the main focus for everybody right now is that, you know, the inflation has gotten out of control and people can't afford things that they used to buy every week before.
And everyone warned the Trumpster fires this would happen.
Yep.
Okay, I probably shouldn't call them Trumpster fires, but...
Yeah, but now they're actually seeing the effect. And, you know, that was why a lot of people voted, is Trump promised that on day one he was going to bring down grocery prices.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and people see that, well, it's been a year and he didn't do that. So
Coffee's up over 40%.
I never drank coffee anyway, but
yeah, well, I can't say any individual item. You know, I just know that, you know, when I go to the grocery store every week and buy my normal stuff, yeah, it's costing, you know, probably about 10 to 20% more for a lot of things.
All right, so how many of us feel like Cassandra in Greek mythology at this point?
Feel like what?
Porpoise, you're really quiet.
How many of us feel like Cassandra from Greek mythology?
Something in Greek mythology, but I'm
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
I
don't remember who Cassandra was.
She's in the. She might be in a character of Homer, but she's a Trojan woman who was given the gift of prophecy by Apollo, but she spurned Apollo. But Apollo couldn't take the gift back, So what he did was make no one believe her,
Mm.
because her prophecies were always right.
Ah,
Mhm.
It's like everyone told the Trump supporters, it's like these things are going to happen because they happened during his first terms. And tariffs have never been good economically at any point during U.S. history.
yeah. Well, and the tariffs have destroyed the farmers because now we don't have any other country. China was the biggest buyer of the soybeans, which many farmers that was all they grew. So now they can't sell the soybeans to China, so the price dropped out, and they're being forced to sell their crops for less than it actually costs them to manage them. So unless we can get everybody in the US to start loving tofu all of a sudden, that whole industry is sunk.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
China has been the biggest winner in Trump's tariffs because a lot of people don't want to sell to the U.S. because of the tariffs.
Yep.
And so China has had a whole bunch of markets open up to them, and they are exporting a lot more goods because of Trump's tariffs.
Well, and also importing the things that they used to buy from the US now, they're buying from countries in South America.
Mm-hmm.
Like China used to buy a lot of
Uh,
beef from the US, and now they're buying it all from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone see
and
that?
because of, I'm sorry, after you get there, I'll say what I was going to say.
Did anyone see that Kentucky, or I think it's Jim Beam, is closing down one of its bourbon distilleries for a year?
Yes.
Yeah, saw that.
It's
Well,
main distillery.
Yeah, it's their main distillery, and they said they're going to close it for a year.
Mm.
So I think it's that, they're deciding they're going to shut down, and if the next election goes better, they may open it up again.
Well,
Canada is
You're-
decided to play real serious hardball with the United States and is just saying, fine, we're not going to deal with you anymore. Cut you
Yeah.
off.
Journey had something
And you
to
know,
say.
Oh.
Yeah, Commander first and then
goes
Journey.
Commander.
No, Journey first. Journey's been
Um,
waiting.
okay.
I don't know that I had anything to say.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sorry. Okay, go ahead, Commander.
There was a lot of bitching from industrial workers for tariffs and all that shit. And they began trying it with help, but Trump just did the scattergun approach. So the European Union and Canada actually had tariffs against Chinese industrial products like industrial machinery
Mhm.
or heavy machinery. That was something that actually benefited the United States that our allies had. And they got rid of it because Trump was an asshole. So because Trump was an asshole, our allies actually got rid of things that protected American jobs, that actually favored America.
Yeah, well, and even things that are made in America almost always involve some components that they buy from China.
Well,
Mhm.
Yep.
do you know the one thing that an economics textbook, The Art of the Deal, and the Bible all have in common?
We don't know who wrote any of them.
Bullshit.
They're all books Trump has never read.
Mm.
And it's weird because he has a Bachelor of Science in economics.
Well, couldn't you just say that about the entire Library of Congress, that they're all books Trump has never read?
I could say that about any book in existence because the guy doesn't read.
I doubt Trump read My Pet Girl. And even George could read that.
See, what we need to do is get some IT person in the White House to change all the television monitors to CNN and then put parental controls on Fox News and like Newsmax and what's the other one?
OEM.
CNN selling its soul too.
OAN.
Mhm.
That sounds
Well-
like someone's doing a power tool project.
Did you hear the thing
Or
about?
dentistry.
Did you hear the thing about the Pentagon had wanted all the reporters to sign a thing that they wouldn't put out any information that the Pentagon didn't pre-approve?
No, I
And
didn't hear about that, but it certainly doesn't
Yep, I
surprise
did.
me.
Yeah.
yeah, but they only got like 3 news agencies who were willing to sign it. Unfortunately, CBS was recently purchased by one of Trump's billionaire friends.
The Nazis.
Mhm.
And they had a program scheduled for 60 Minutes
Yep.
to talk about one of the torture prisons that their ICE is sending people to.
Seacott and El Salvador.
Yep.
El Salvador.
Did you?
Yep.
That,
And they pulled the show just hours before it was supposed to air.
Yep.
that did get leaked. Did everyone see it?
Well, the
Yep.
promo for it got leaked.
Yeah,
The
I
actual
saw
s-
the promo. I didn't.
No.
The actual
No.
story got leaked.
CBS of Canada aired the segment, and it is all over the internet
Oh.
now. You can
That I
download it
didn't hear
anywhere.
about.
Okay, no,
I
I
have
didn't see
watched
the
it.
whole thing.
I've watched
I-
it. It's about 15 minutes, and it
It is
hang on when you watch it. Just hang on. It's pretty horrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can
really?
imagine.
Yeah, I saw the entire one on Clapper. Which, by the way, since TikTok was just bought out by one of Trump's billionaire, kind of.
Larry Ellis on
Clapper.
Oracle.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Oracle is a company I've had problems with long before.
yeah. TikTok is now going to have something like a 51% share is going to be one of Trump's buddies, and a 30% share is going to be somebody in the Middle East, with China maintaining like a 20% share.
It's nice to have.
Yeah,
It's
so
nice.
To do that.
it's going to be controlled by by a Christian nationalist and by somebody in the Middle East who's pushing the Muslim ideology on it.
Well, TikTok, because they felt they got saved by Trump, has been shadow banning content about Trump that's negative towards him for a while.
Yep.
But I don't think that's really going to affect TikTok's large user base of teenagers who are not paying attention in class.
Probably not.
Trust me, they're not watching political videos.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can believe that.
yeah. I'm sure it's not going to have a huge impact on most of the people who post on TikTok.
And I always felt I could do pretty well on TikTok if I sold up my keys and jingled them for 30 seconds.
Okay, I have a small tech issue with TikTok. And that
That
is
exists.
I have when I finish a video, my editing software allows me to upload directly to a number of places, and I've uploaded directly to YouTube and TikTok. But when I go over to TikTok, the video isn't there. And then there's a place where I can see that the video is, but I don't know how to make it public.
Mm.
Does anybody know how to do that?
First of all, I usually upload to the TikTok when I do it from.
Yeah, I can do that, but then I have to download it and re-upload it, and I just have been too busy to do that with all of them lately.
Wait,
At some point, I may do that.
what editing software do you use?
I use Wondershare.
Is that a website?
No, that's an editing software.
So you mean so find the folder where it is, go to TikTok.com, and publish it there. But I know what you're talking about. There is a way to do it. You have to change the settings. And let me bring up the TikTok page.
Yeah, I've
I have-
never used it.
Porp, you're really, really hard to hear.
I can't do anything about it.
No, I can hear Porpoise all right as long as no one else is talking at the time.
This is not my normal equipment.
Unless Granny, can you adjust Porpoise's volume from your end?
I cannot. There is something that auto does it, and It will, hers is auto turned as high as it can go from my end.
All right,
Okay.
well,
Well,
hold
I
on.
know that.
Is
Yeah.
that better?
If you go on somebody's picture with the 3 dots there, that there's an option for adjusting their mic and camera settings.
Is that better?
I think you're okay. Just keep going.
Because I did find out how to change it, but all right, I cannot log into. All right, let's log into TikTok.
Okay, I am in TikTok.
It's going to take me a while, but yeah, you have to like go to the settings and change it to public. Is I think what the issue is, because I think for whatever it's defaulting to private.
Okay. Let's see. Now I can't remember where the videos are. No,
That would be under your profile. I can't
it's
log
under
in.
my profile. Okay.
Yeah, well, Dr. Ben had a good point in the side chat that if there's stuff they're not showing in the US, you can always use a VPN to say that you're in Canada.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't need VPNs for that, just so you know.
Oh.
You can just go out and find a stream for, I mean, unless you. I mean, I've heard some really bizarre conspiracy theories involving elections from the left this one around, but.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to convince people. It's like, no, Musk did not change people's votes. What you're suggesting is possible, but you have no idea what the logistics of that would be.
Well, Elon Musk did try to buy several elections. Most
That we know
notably,
he
he
did.
spent $20 million. He spent $20 million for the election in Wisconsin,
And
it's
lost.
like,
Yeah, that was the.
yeah,
And lost.
yeah. No matter how much money he spent on any of them, he lost every single one.
Well, Elon Musk.
So, it is at least somewhat reassuring to know that somebody can't buy an election just by pumping millions of dollars into it.
Well, Elon Musk is incredibly disliked to begin with.
Yep.
mean,
Actually, yeah,
He's the most disliked.
yeah, several commentators, had said that he was the least liked person in the world, and that some of those election results may have turned just because he got involved and people didn't want anything he was involved with.
Yeah, he's been ranked the most unpopular person in the world, and considering that his competition was Trump and Netanyahu, who's currently committing a genocide, that's pretty tall order.
In some ways, I do feel sorry for him because it's like the autistic thing where he's trying so hard to be liked. It's like, dude, just let it go.
Yeah, I get that part.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna understand, but there's more to it than that.
It's like, if you want to be liked, why don't you spend your money on something popular, like opening another food bank,
or funding the entire planet's food needs for the rest of your life, since you can do that and still have most of your fortune left.
Or ending world hunger, like you said you would.
I jumped into a stream about on Sunday. It was somebody saying, he doesn't really consider Elon Musk to be the world's richest man. He considers him to be the world's biggest mooch.
Yeah, well, it's like he has more money than anybody could possibly spend in a lifetime. So why doesn't he spend some of it on things that people will appreciate?
I want to know why the amount of money that he is worth far exceeds the amount of money that the government pays to him for SpaceX and that kind of crap, and is exploding a monster rocket. Why isn't he not paying that for himself? How
don't forget making racist
our
chatbots.
tax money for that?
Yeah. Don't forget making racist chatbots.
Yeah.
And my favorite new tweak to Grok is that you can't get it to insult Elon Musk no matter how you try.
Really? I'm gonna have to try now.
Didn't Grok call itself Mega Hitler?
Or is that is that on the front end or in the back end? Because I noticed I can get different results depending on how if I go into the public area and you do @Grok, and so Elon Musk won't do something different compared to if I do click on that little link that says Grok and
Mage.
Yeah.
The problem with this is I'm a developer and a programmer, so front end and back end mean totally different things to me.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
and Commander,
private-
yes,
The private section. Okay.
yeah. Grok was calling itself Mecha Hitler for a while.
Hey, I think it was very appropriate of Elon to give everyone their racist uncle to be their fact checker right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good point. What are people doing to change things? Like, I've been involved with protests locally,
Mm-hmm.
and have been pushing for a Democratic candidate. Because while Minnesota is a Democratic state, I happen to live in a red pocket. So
God.
my
You wanna hear
congressional representative is a Republican.
the latest poll that's come out. Are you guys all aware that Mr. Pillow Guy, Mike Lindell, has thrown his hat in the ring to run for governor of Minnesota?
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll be successful.
I
Yeah,
saw
especially-
I saw the first poll about it this morning. He is leading the other Republican options for running for governor for the
well,
primary.
he has. Sorry.
I'm sure Minnesotans know the value of a good pillow.
Yeah.
Well, the Minnesotans can put him to bed.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Republicans and especially Trump are really, going for anyone who they think can push Tim Walz out. But
I cannot
if
imagine
I'm
Mike
not
Lindell.
mistaken, Tim Walz is one of the most popular governors in the country.
Yeah, I cannot imagine Mike Lindell showing up against Tim Walz and on any level.
Yeah, no.
Do you have a term limit on the governorship there in Minnesota?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if we do, but the only way I see Tim Walz leaving the position is if he decides to run for a higher office.
Well, he
I
was
saw Eric-
contemplating senator
Yeah.
prior to his announcement for governor.
Eric Swalwell is running for governor of California. I love Eric Swalwell. He's done some good stuff.
So, is there any way we can get Keanu Reeves to move to Indiana, have him run for governor?
He would
He
be
might have
better
a-
than anyone you have now.
Oh, you haven't heard? I mean, you didn't hear about Mike Braun taking all the governors out, taking the board out of Indiana University, and replacing them with his own appointees.
Okay. I just checked it on Google. And yeah, Minnesota has no limit on how many terms a governor can serve.
Okay.
And I'm sure, Mage, he didn't get that idea from the governor of Florida.
I would have beaten you to it, but you had to navigate through a language that I don't speak well.
Yeah.
Speaking of languages that people don't speak well, what's Trump's native language? Because it doesn't appear to be English.
Well, I don't think he's literate in any language, but
It's sleepy. He
Yeah.
speaks sleepy.
and we heard
I thought
like,
it was Grifton.
for 4 years we heard all about sleepy Joe Biden, but
Mhm.
why aren't people making any comments about sleepy Trump?
Dozing
The
dog.
Nodfather?
Yeah.
The Nodfather?
I'm going with
Everybody is talking about him being sleepy except maggots.
I'm going with dozing dog.
Well,
I don't know. I kind of like the
His-
Nodfather.
Yeah,
his
it's just
extremities.
Go ahead, Commander.
Sorry.
go ahead, Commander.
His
Wait.
extremities keep swelling and changing different colors, and he can't stay awake.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering whether or not Joe Biden will outlive him because he's been eating pure cholesterol for about the
There is
last almost 70 years.
there is a guy online on TikTok right now. He's a PhD in physical therapy, and he deals with elderly.
Wait,
and
PhD?
he's gone
Yeah.
through and very accurately described all Donnie's symptoms and where it comes from and where it goes to. He's even tracked down the specialty drug that he is on that causes the hand bruise. And he says that he gives Donald Trump 3 to 5 months among the living.
Really?
That wouldn't be
Yep.
surprising. I've heard mentioned how the Queen had similar bruising on her hands before she died.
My
Actually,
dad did too.
Yeah.
The
It's
bruising
common in the elderly. You just bruise
no,
very
except
easily.
this is from a specific drug that has to be infused, generally through a hand poke is how they do that, and it causes those. It's known to cause those things. It's known to make someone sleepy. It's known to
Mm.
and it's an Alzheimer's drug.
yeah, it's Leqembi. A lot
Oh.
of people are theorizing.
Yeah.
But here, we don't know because he's not releasing his medical records.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know we have all gotten routine MRIs as part of our physical checkups.
It wasn't an MRI anyway.
I'm sure that Trump would have been dead years ago if he had the level of health care any of us have to have.
Oh, yeah.
It's only because, as president, he has had access to, the very best doctors in the country for everything.
Then why does he keep putting out all these grifting frauds?
I had an MRI.
Because he's a grifting fraud.
I had an MRI about 4 months ago, and they said they couldn't see anything because I had too much hardware.
Too much hardware?
Yeah, I've got titanium rods on either side of my spine, and have about 32 screws in there.
Yeah.
And I've been having some nerve pain, and I'm losing feeling in my feet. And they were thinking that maybe the top level of my fusion might be starting to have issues, because that's very common with a fusion. That it's been 12 it's been 12 years since my fusion, and that's a common thing. But when they tried to look at it, they couldn't see it because there were too many screws in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Commander left.
Granny, what's more common for people our age is neuropathy.
Yeah, that's what they finally did. Is they said, well, it's probably neuropathy.
Yeah,
and they gave you some
I have no feeling in any of my toes anymore, and
Mhm.
most of the sole of the foot is gone.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
close
but
behind you.
what really pisses me off about the whole thing is,
Mhm.
okay, I can kind of get used to it not having any feeling in the toes. It's weird, but I can kind of get used to it. But
Mhm.
at the same time, neuropathy causes these intense pains in those areas where you don't feel anything else except the neuropathy pain.
Yeah.
And it's like, geez, it goes numb, but it still lets this signal through. God damn it! That's
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just a screw loose.
Dr. Ben says neuropathy is an umbrella term, though you can have a variety of causes.
Yeah.
My doctor thinks it's just age, that my nerves are just wearing out.
If it weren't for Donald Trump, I'd consider becoming Dr. Porpoise, PhD.
Hey, Dr. Ben, I got a partial toe amputation because of my neuropathy. I caused an ulcer in my second toe, left foot, and they had to whack it off because it just would not heal.
Yeah.
So, happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah, I was scheduled for an MRI, but I've been sick for the last several weeks, so I couldn't go in because I thought I might still be contagious. So I'm gonna have to have that done in January.
Speaking of which, I should pick up some masks today because I'll be visiting some. My father's wife is a transplant person, and I work in a petri dish. Not literally, of course, but.
I want to answer Limited Light's question. The answer is the marathon is 48 hours long, and it started 2 hours ago. So there is 46 hours to go. There's 1 hour left to go in this stream, and then I will hand off to Chris Mallard.
Could
Yeah.
somebody post the link for
Chris?
for
Yeah,
Chris?
I've got it in the description, and I'll go ahead and post it and pin it in place of the link that I currently have pinned.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we will be, there will be somebody running constantly until 5 a.m. Central Time on the 26th.
Limited light, you have my empathy because
And
I was doing that before.
Sue, thank you for the super chat. Sue's 90-year-old mom is watching. Hello, Florence Moore. Hello, Florence. It's great to have you watching.
Also use Canvas. That's your friend.
Okay.
I don't know what you
Canvas?
teach, though.
Use Canvas for what?
Canvas is a learning management system in this case.
Oh, okay.
There's a link to the next stream.
Oh, I was just going to reach for that.
I just
Yeah,
texted my wrench here.
Yeah, I've got one in there too, and I'll go ahead and pin mine. That's what I was working on. I don't know if you can hear me clicking.
Okay. I'm also posting it to the Mid-America chat just in case anybody has a problem with it there.
Okay, the stream to the link to the next stream is now pinned.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that'll be Chris Mallard's the Daily Atheist Morning Show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after the stream, I'll go take care of my pets, and I'll try and get my stream set up
I feel
before I
so bad.
crash out.
Yeah, I have to be doing some stuff like that myself. I haven't done my cat chores.
Okay, I have another question for the group. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, and we never did quite finish it, which is I need a title for next week's video. Next week's video is William Lane Craig, and I was really shocked at what he said. I've heard him before say that he believes that Adam and Eve were Homo heidelbergensis.
What?
And he did an interview with Eric Metaxas. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a right-wing extremist. He is an ID person. He's an old earther, not a young earther. And it kind of blew Eric's mind that that William Lane Craig put Adam and Eve at 750,000 years ago. I talk about the theological implications because I'm not sufficiently up on paleoanthropology to comment on the anthropological issues. Although I do touch on how it's really weird that he has a child being ensouled and its mother is not ensouled. That's kind of weird. It's not a real long video, but that's the gist of the video. Anyone have any ideas for a title for that?
Well, anytime you've got something dealing with ancient primates, you should have asked Erica Gutsick Gibbon about it.
Well, I actually did a stream with Erica on this very topic about 2 years ago. And so I do mention and give a link to that stream where we did talk about the paleoanthropologic parts of it. Math Pig is here. Hello, Math Pig. I haven't seen Math Pig in a long time.
Hi.
Can we not do math right now?
And Jimmy Tux.
Yeah, Jimmy Tux. Jimmy Tux is a regular here.
Considering it's William Lane Craig, maybe you should do something like, Dr. Craig, before you set the bar any lower, be sure to call 811.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I made a mime in 2020 that Trump had set the bar so low we had to bore underground to find it.
Okay.
So
Okay, Ember has a suggestion of soulless, the Bill Craig hypothesis. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I like that because Craig is actually right in a good portion of this video. He gets the paleoanthropology right. I think what it does is the problem is that it destroys some of his theology.
Yeah, and it destroys the young Earth timeline.
Yeah, it
Well-
does. It obliterates the young Earth timeline, and he doesn't say it out loud. He keeps the quiet part quiet, but he does basically say that young Earth is stupid.
Well, but William Lane Craig has never been a young earther, has he?
No, he has
Right,
not.
right.
He has not.
I mean, if it weren't for all the other problems I have with him, it's like that would be.
I usually refer to him as William Lame Craig.
Ha!
Listen, I'm sure if he were in a limbo competition where he was setting the bar, even Hermes from Futurama would have problems with him.
Yep.
Okay, that might be a dated reference now, but
No, I got it.
One of the problems I see with his claim is, Adam and Eve, we have no idea what the sin is that they're supposed to have committed that caused the fall, and whatever genetic mutation it is that caused Heidelbergensis to reach the point where he is a new species. Another person would have to have been born with that same genetic mutation so that Adam and Eve could both be of the same species that they could marry and have progeny.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the arguments that young Earth creationists use, saying that we couldn't have evolved because there had to be a male and female of the same species.
Right. I had to go look that one up on John Perry's YouTube because I had no idea how sexual reproduction could have evolved, but he's got a good video explaining that.
Mm-hmm.
well, the problem is a lot of especially young Earth creationists and even like the Trumpster fires, think what they learned in like high school, versus usually where they stop the education, is all they ever need to know. It's like
Yeah.
they don't.
I think it must have stopped well before that, because I remember, high school biology class, and I learned a hell of a lot more. And if nothing else, I certainly learned how evolution worked then.
But they'll tell you it's like, oh yeah, and like mammals XX female, XY male, and it works for most situations, but it's like this is basic biology for a reason. Go beyond this. It's more complicated than that. It's like biology is weird.
Yeah. Also, that whole bit about there has to be an initial male and an initial female of the new species. That kind of misunderstands, that evolution. The misunderstanding there is that in reality, evolution works at the level of populations, not individuals.
Yeah.
Groups.
I
Well,
think
that's
a lot
Well,
of,
that's the stupid assumption that they all make, is that one day you have a chimpanzee, the next day you have a human.
Yeah.
In evolution, and that's just not how it works.
Yeah, they don't-
Stupid.
They don't get, they think that evolution, that there's like a species marker,
Mhm.
and they don't get that it's not one sudden change. It's, going through some grayscales to reach a new species.
if there's one thing I think we need to get more comfortable with teaching people, is like there's going to be a lot you don't know. It's like Erica, for Gutsit Gibbons, certainly knows more about paleoanthropology than I do, but I'm guessing I would probably pass a computer science test more easily than she would.
Yeah. Well, yeah, by the time you get into high school, you're already, picking your own classes. So you're starting to kind of specialize, which things you're going to have more knowledge of.
Well, really, species gets very muddy when you throwing in evolution.
Well,
Limited life and Ember both say nail it good with what they say down there.
Yeah. What Ember's saying about they think there's a boundary because they feel there's a dichotomy to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think part of the Dunning-Kruger effect is going on here. When we first learn a topic, we think like that's all there. We think we know a lot about it because we get what the peak of Mount Stupid.
Mm.
And
Well,
so
I
we
think
learn more.
education, I think, is very guilty of a lot of that. That no one explains the concept of gray in life, and
Yeah.
not just evolution, but everything in life is gray. There is no black and white anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's not true
Okay, what?
because you're forgetting about the realm of math and logic.
Yeah, I choose to ignore those.
Okay, but Jenny, there are examples of black and white in nature. There's
like living and
penguins,
not
and
living.
there's penguins
yeah.
and pandas and orcas.
But what I deal with are largely abstractions, and yes, you do have you do have strict binaries there. In fact, if you didn't have strict binaries, computers wouldn't work at all.
Right, we're talking about humans and life, not computers. Ben, I would love to hear you talk about RFK Jr. I would absolutely enjoy that thoroughly.
Oh, my daughter is so enraged with him.
Listen,
She's
I'm
a
sure
pediatrician,
Oh,
and she's just furious that they're wanting to take vaccines away from kids.
yeah.
I am sure the brainworm
Mm-hmm.
knows exactly what it's doing to cause the most death and devastation possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ember says zebra. Okay, I wanted to bring up a different topic that's from that same video. Is if Adam and Eve are in the species Heidelbergensis, they only have proto language. They do not have full speech. So he's also removed the anthropomorphic God from Genesis. That's just mythohistory. So how did God communicate with these people that he didn't want them to do a certain thing? And how did they understand that God didn't want them to do this thing so that they were capable of sinning?
Well, even with the story in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
God told Adam not to touch the forbidden fruit.
Right.
No one ever told Eve.
Yeah, I know.
Besides, Lilith ate it.
Plus, Adam just sat there and watched her do it.
Yeah. Well, the problem didn't start with Eve taking the apple. The problem started when Eve ate the mushrooms, and that's when the snake started talking to her.
Nice.
I'm wondering why God let the
that's
snake.
a very
in the garden.
legitimate possibility. I mean, they believe that a lot of the witch trials and stuff in Salem were based on the population eating contaminated rye flour contaminated with ergot, which has hallucinogenic properties.
There's something like 5,000 species of mold and fungus that are known to cause hallucinogenic effects if they're ingested or the spores inhaled. And I personally think that accounts for nearly all of the religious experiences that happened before the invention of the refrigerator. That people were constantly eating moldy food and not thinking anything of it, and it was causing some of them to hallucinate.
Good point.
Well, as to your question on the thing, you gotta imagine in seeing is we can have a dog understand and no something with a proto speech could probably understand no.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I suppose it's like keeping a dog off the furniture and telling him, you don't touch this particular tree.
Yeah, it makes totally sense. You have you take a couple of toddlers, you put a gun in the middle of the room, and tell them don't touch the gun, and you put that somebody he is a little bit older than them, and he's going to try and get him to touch the gun. That's good parenting.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It's like why did God make the fruit look appealing? Why didn't he make it like smell so rancid and awful that nobody would want to touch it?
Well, why put it in the garden at all?
Yeah, well, and if he had to put it in the garden, why not put like a moat of lava around it or something?
Mm.
Why
And
are you thinking that any of this is real?
and you notice they never talk about the other tree. It's overlooked about the tree of life.
Yeah, the other one that would have made them immortal like God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, see, if there's no moral quandary, then it's not an interesting story.
Yeah, well, we have to remember that this was all set up by somebody who knew the entire future. So it's like he knew how this was going to turn out when he planted the tree in the first place.
Yeah, I picked up a different video and added it to this one where Craig is kind of addressing that point. Um, he addresses the point that I think is the most damning thing of all of Christianity is why would a loving being make people that he knows are going to be damned to hell for eternity, especially if your view of hell is eternal conscious torture. Now, if your view of hell is annihilation, I don't really have a problem with it because that's what's going to happen to us when we die anyway. We simply will
Right.
cease to exist. But if your view of hell is eternal conscious torture, as Craig's is, why would a being create? Why would a loving being create people that he knows are going to die? And Craig's response to that was, well, if he doesn't create certain people, that's going to change things. And he doesn't know how that's going to change things. So he just simply can't do that. And I'm going, you just said that your God is neither omniscient nor omnipotent. If he doesn't know what's going to happen, if he doesn't create this person, he's not omniscient. And if he's powerless to not create a person, then he's not omnipotent.
One thing I've wondered about this whole story is how's humans eating fruit who cause those changes with all the rest of the life on the planet?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, why are all
Obviously
the
the
animals
curse
being
had some
punished?
kind of CRISPR effect that it altered their DNA.
Well,
Couldn't they have eaten like Granny Smith apples that are maybe a little less crisp?
my life experience has shown me that I can survive eternal pain better than I could survive eternal boredom. So I'd rather go to hell anyway.
I could handle eternal boredom pretty well.
No, eternal boredom would drive me crazy after a rather short couple of years.
Mhm.
That explains it.
Now physical pain, any physical pain, no matter how bad it is, eventually you adjust to it and it just becomes background static.
Mhm. And the brainless steel brings up a really good point. What person can be happy in heaven while knowing people that you've cared about are burning in hell?
Yep.
And the Christian response to that is, well, you won't remember them. And if you wipe a person's sad memories and a person's memories of the people that they cared about, is that you going to heaven, or is the version of you going to heaven more like a Stepford wife?
Yeah, well, that's always been my first argument against heaven is there can be no form of heaven that my eldest brother and I could both be happy in without one of us having our mind wiped.
Well, I'm sorry, little Susie, but your parents had to go to hell because they didn't believe. Go run off and play with Jeffrey Dahmer.
Your parents had to go to hell, because mom did have a tattoo.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. My tattoo's an automatic out.
Yeah, that was when I first moved to where I live now. One of my favorite things was the Christian tattoo parlor.
Chris Mallard
Yeah,
has a really good little commercial about that. This whole heaven versus hell thing, where he dies and his wife is a believer and she's so upset that he's in hell, and then it cuts to him in hell and he's having a great time, and then it cuts to her and she has bought Father Flanagan's baptism kit, and she squirts him with holy water, and that causes him to go straight to heaven. And now he's having to bow down and go, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy,
I
holy
saw
shit.
that.
Yeah. Why? What have you done to me?
Actually, one of my favorites on YouTube is there's an animated short called The Saga Bjorn that is about that. That it's a Viking trying to get into Valhalla, but I would give it all away. It really would be good for people to go and watch it themselves.
Ember, is that what you do in the Mormon temple? The post-mortem baptism kit?
Okay, Sue has asked to join. I just posted the link to join again. It was way at the beginning of the chat, but that's hard to find at this point. But Sue, you are most welcome to come and join us. There it is. I had forgotten the name of it. It's the post-mortem baptismal kit.
Yeah, I know there actually are religions that do that. And
Mhm.
that really quite bothers me.
Oh, that's great.
That's you're changing somebody's religion after they die.
You're in the shower. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Sue.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Sue.
Oh, okay. I see me. I have to do something, so I was gonna put my mom on to talk while I have to go get her medicine, but I'm not quite sure how to turn the volume up. She can't hear too good.
On your computer, well, just turn the volume up on your computer or your speakers. Are you watching through a computer?
I see what's wrong. It's
Okay.
coming through. I might have to shut this thing off. It's coming through the speaker on the phone, but not the actual speaker. I'm going to have to stop it and rejoin.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. No problem.
Well, while we're waiting.
Jesus, my sock. So yes, I mean, I don't know if any people, I don't know.
Yep.
The Mormons do baptism for the dead, which was the whole point of the joke I made. But
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was the whole point of the video as well. Although they made it look Catholic. Father Flanagan certainly sounds Catholic, and
Yeah.
some of the imagery looked Catholic, although it's kind of hard to tell the difference between Catholic imagery and Mormon imagery.
Yep. There I go. I found the link for the Saga Bjorn, so I dropped that in the side chat. When you've got 7 minutes, go and watch it. It's fun.
Okay. That looks good. Okay, let's see. What else? Okay, so the next stream is Chris, and then is Ember. And then who comes after Ember, Purple? Do you know?
I have to look at the schedule now. I know, Ember runs until noon.
Right.
And who is right after? I thought I had it up here. Okay, yeah. Okay, after Ember is Rian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rian Cultist, who she also is part of the Daily Atheist Morning Show.
Yep.
And then after that, it'll be time for our normal weekly chat.
Okay.
So that will be, Mage and Jenny and I and Unfinished Journey.
And I
whoever else cares to jump in.
I hope to join a couple of them, but I'm not sure that I will because, as I said, I've got laundry to do. I've got to finish editing that video. I can watch while I'm wrapping presents, though. So once I finish those two things, I can join in while I wrap presents.
I had a couple of pair of jeans that I had to pre-treat for some stains. And, I had pre-treated them and I just left them in the shower. And I gathered up and I did laundry yesterday and completely forgot about them.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, so now it's like the work jeans that I specifically wanted clean still didn't get washed.
Mhm.
Am I back in?
Yes,
Yep.
you're here. Hello, Sue. How are
We
you?
hear ya.
Hi,
We see
I'm
ya.
okay. Yeah, I put my name up as Vince because that's my legal name. Sue is my middle name, but yeah, legal is Vincent Sue Laredo. I wanted my mom to be able to talk, but she can't hear very well, so
Ah,
I got some little chores I need to do around the house, but we're not doing anything today. We're just kind of chilling out, watching you guys. I started watching from the beginning, but I fast forwarded a little bit because I wanted to catch up with the live. So we were about 40 minutes late. And I was telling her, I was like, look, that's my friend Kelly. A lot of the people that I have met or that I do support, I just tell her, yeah, they're friends. Oh, I'm just realizing now she never took her medicine last night.
Yep.
She's 90 and she watches, she loves Dusty Smith. So that's a big deal around here.
Cool.
And
Yep.
yeah, but you guys are great. So this is going to be our morning activity, is just listening to you guys. And I love that you're doing a marathon for people, that
Yep.
are not doing anything for the holiday, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, thank you very
Yep.
much.
Yeah.
Here's
I
a good
appreciate
comment
it.
from Mossy Mozart, former Mormon here. I think the church does baptism for the dead as a means to pad their number of members.
Yep.
I was gonna say, if you
Well-
can prove that, I would love to see it.
Technically, I am still Catholic, even though the only time I've been in the church in the last 40 years was my sister's wedding. But apparently, the only way to get my name off the rolls is I have to send a certified letter to the Archdiocese of Chicago and request them to remove me. And then they can decide whether or not they feel like doing it.
Mhm.
That's still less complicated than the process of getting your name off the Mormon rolls.
Yeah.
I saw that as an issue with, when some women have had problems at John MacArthur's church. They decided to simply leave, and the church said, "No, you're a member here. You can't leave, and you're still subject to our church discipline." And that's why the one woman that
Yeah,
had
so
the extreme problem had to move to Texas.
Yeah, that's an easy one. The response is "fuck you."
Mhm.
Well, this makes me wonder, for the number of people that they claim are Catholic, how many of them have actually gone to church in the last couple of years, and how many of them just were baptized in the church and, have wandered off and not been there for years and years.
See,
Yep.
that's actually a huge problem with the Mormon numbers too, because once you get on their rolls, they don't take you off unless you go through like a series of hoops.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, it's like, haven't attended a Mormon
Well-
church in years.
Take
I
me
see,
off
but
the list, or I'm going to
the
start
Mormons-
acting like a priest.
I suspect that
For the
the
Mormons,
people
don't you
who
have to be an adult before you get baptized?
No.
Sorry, Sue.
No, it's okay. I suspect that the people who are constantly monitoring and doing ancestry research, I believe that they also do the same thing. Like every time they come up, I just put a Bluetooth on. I hope you can hear me in that.
Sound great.
I'm
Yeah.
working on it.
Yeah, you sound fine.
It hasn't kicked in yet, so that's still over the phone. But anyway, yeah, I think that they do the same thing as they pray for all the dead people on the family trees. And I've gotten messages from a couple of them, like asking me for more details about my family. And I'm like, that's not your business. Like, I appreciate the help, with the historical research because they go way above board with the actual documentation collection of people who have passed on, like christening records, baptisms, and some military records, not as much, but like they're really super meticulous on looking at census records and connecting people who were in the
Yeah,
household with their own family trees. Like if you had a border, well, not you, but like from the 1920s, 30s, if there was a border in the household that wasn't related to the family, they add that person's history to your family as if they're a member. Okay. So
they would have added all the foster kids my parents took in over the years.
there's if it was before the 1950, if it was 1950 census and back, you can get those records. That all the kids are listed in the household of any like foster home and institution. It's all
Yeah,
out there.
This was when I was growing up in the 1970s.
Gotcha.
I think I am off the list of all churches by this point.
Well,
I bet
We
you're
also
still on
had
the Church of
Jenny.
Bob.
No, I'm certain I'm off that one because that pastor was rather specific about people asking to leave. And when we moved to Alabama, I asked them to remove me from the rolls because we were now members of another church.
I mean the real internet Church of Bob.
Ah, okay.
the Church of the Subgenius.
Yeah.
Well, we have Junie in the side chat, who is my artist. She did the thumbnails for my streams.
Yeah, I was so excited to see Junie. I haven't seen Junie for a long time, so it's great to see Junie again. I stream at a time that isn't good for Junie, and so I haven't seen Junie in a long time.
Yeah, except for my afternoon stream is AI, and that was something that Bree had done and sent me.
AI. Speaking of which, I'll have to retake the machine learning course again next spring.
Yeah. But yeah, the Catholic Church, literally, they baptize people as babies. I was like 3 months old when I got baptized, so
I was pretty much
it's
newborn.
Can I get out of the wall call by saying I had too much LDS in the 80s?
Well, by Jewish tradition, especially a boy gets the bris done when he's 8 days old.
I was baptized as Linda because the Catholic Church requires you to have a saint name, and my parents named me Kelly Lynn, and neither Kelly nor Lynn has ever been a saint. So I could not be baptized as Kelly, and I could not be baptized as Lynn, and there wasn't a saint name that was even close to Kelly, but there was a Saint Linda, so they baptized me as Linda.
Now,
Saint
I was
Linda?
curious. Okay, I never had a saint name, and that didn't seem to be required for the baptism. But if I wanted to get confirmed as a teenager, I would have had to pick a.
I gotta know. I gotta know, what was Linda the patron saint of?
I don't know. I'll look that up.
Catholics have saints. Catholics have saints for everything.
Cheerleading,
Of course, I have asked several times over the years, and my mother could never even tell me why she gave me the name she did.
I know why my mother gave me the name she did.
Okay, I don't know that she was actually the patron saint of anything, but it says Saint Linda was a Belgian girl who lived a solitary life, dedicating her whole life to God alone. The Church of Saint Emerilda is in Mallard, Belgium, two of the tower windows from two different historical eras. Yeah, that's it. There's not much
Okay.
about her.
Well, I just looked up my middle name, and I guess it has an association with a saint. That it wasn't actually the saint's name, but it was the town that he was martyred in.
I like our new Pope's name, Pope Leo. It sounds like Catholic mafioso.
Yeah.
I laugh that he was chosen just to annoy Donald Trump.
Well,
I
you
am
know,
pretty sure that's the sole reason for that.
the stereotype of both popes and mob bosses is Italian. You know, so is there a connection there? They often operate, you know, using the same methods.
Leo's from Chicago.
And
Okay,
certainly mobsters have never been
So?
associated with Chicago.
could still be a mob
Yeah.
boss.
Really?
Sorry, Jenny, I don't know. I think I knew what you meant, but
Actually,
This is fascinating
Actually, they-
from Evan. One of my Catholic friends got a Pope Leo
Pope Leo.
Pokemon card blessed by Pope Leo.
it's kind of cool, actually.
Is that even possible?
okay.
I don't know.
I think the Pope will bless anything that you bring him if you ask nicely.
Mhm.
That's weird.
Oh no, I've got a feeling that he would not have blessed any of my pagan artifacts. I
That's
just can't
true.
see him giving his blessing on a pentacle.
Or a pride flag.
Well, you know, when I was pagan one year for Christmas, I put a 5-foot lighted pentacle on the side of the house,
Hmm.
and after that, the Jehovah's Witnesses never knocked on our door again. So apparently, that's
Hey,
really
that's
good ward off
you,
evil.
you guys just gave me an idea. Why don't
What's
we
that?
start a protest against the Department of Justice by everybody sending what's her name, the bitch?
Pam Bondi?
Yeah, Pam Bondi,
No.
a trans flag.
I don't know. I think we should all send in like Pam Bondi membership, anti-fall membership cards filled out with their name on them.
I think if we did that, some of us might get harassed by the FBI.
I used to do that, Sinister, back in the days before the internet. If I had a grudge against going against somebody, I would take all the reader service cards out of magazines and I would sign them up for every magazine and periodical you possibly could.
That we could do.
That's funny.
Well, you
But
know,
it-
there's an alternate way if you want to get revenge on someone. I don't know if it'll work anymore, but you know, before 9/11, they were kind of lax on things, and you could just, you know, fill out a change of address card with somebody's name and their address, and then fill in the address where you wanted their mail to go to. And all you had to do was drop that in any mailbox, and you would have redirected their mail.
You know, actually looking this up, Pope Leo might actually would bless a trans flag.
Hey, something real cool that Junie did. I did not ask for this. She did on her own. But if you look at the thumbnail for my opening stream that we just finished, outside the window, it looks like the Aurora Borealis in the trans flag colors.
I didn't notice that. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool that she added that touch to it.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we see that?
On the thumbnail for the stream that we just finished.
Oh, okay.
You know, it has me poking at the fire, and then you can see outside the window.
Okay, that had
What
to
was
be on
that?
my end.
Sorry, my mom was
I'm
saying.
wondering if I should mute her because I don't
Yes,
think
please.
she's talking to us.
Can you mute me just for
Yeah,
a
I
bit?
can mute
Yeah.
you.
I'll be back.
Sure.
Yeah, she said she was just talking to her mom there.
Yeah.
No, I heard something weird. I just assumed it was on my end just because the connection's
Nope.
not great.
Nope.
So
Yeah, but you are cat free now, and that's, you know, That's an issue.
I
We are
my
not
cat.
seeing any cat butt on your stream.
Well, the cat had to stay at home. Someone's coming in to look at the cat. I
Hmm.
felt guilty about it, but cats do not travel well.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I will
Yeah,
never ever.
I know
be
what you
put-
mean. And what, Jenny?
Nothing.
And I'm not going to stay as long.
Yeah, I'm sure she is going to hate you when you get home, but you can bribe her and get her past it.
I'll get out her Iams moist cat food unless that was given to her.
Mm.
I mean, her moist cat food isn't
Yep.
usually Iams, but she gets
I-
Iams moist cat food as part of the mix. So, go ahead.
Okay, I should sponsor my channel because I have been plugging them for decades.
Yeah, you got me to buy the dry food.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I've fed all my cats for the last 30 years has been Iams.
Usually she gets the Shiba.
So
brand
they
moist
really
cat
should
food.
sponsor my channel.
And then sometimes if I'm not paying
Yeah, they
attention,
really
she's
should
really
sponsor
lucky.
my channel and I'll do a... Sorry, what purpose?
And sometimes if I'm not paying attention, she's really lucky and I get the Iams kitten moist cat food.
Oh,
Because
what's
she
the
was not-
difference between the adult and the kitten?
The kitten cat foods are usually higher in fat.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to give my cats a treat, you know, because I had done a turkey for solstice. And I tried to give them the turkey and gravy because anytime I give them cat food, you know, it's like Sammyson just wants to lick up all the gravy. And for some reason, they wouldn't touch it. I have no idea why. Neither one of them was at the least bit interested.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes cats can just not accept
So,
food
yeah,
because
well,
the plant is off.
Yeah, this kind of goes back to my thing I said about never learning to cook for less than 5 people. So, yeah, I wound up doing a 13-pound turkey, even though I live alone. But when the turkey was down to 69 cents a pound, it's like, yeah, that'll feed me for about 2 weeks. So let's go.
You know, I think that's a certain thing with certain types of cooking. It's like, it's not common to learn to cook for small groups. Like, Pennsylvania Dutch food, it's like all the recipes I have are for at least 5 people.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in a house that there were always a dozen people. You know, so that's why I got used to that. If I had to make dinner, there had to be enough for a dozen people.
I think
You know,
Southern
and
food
then
is the,
all my relationships came with kids.
I think Southern food is the same philosophy. Mostly, it's like get as much food out there as possible because you're going to feed large groups of people. But
That was my grandfather's philosophy. Thinking
Yep.
he went through periods of starvation. So with my grandparents, it was always eat.
Yeah, that's my father was like that because he had grown up in the Depression.
Okay, I have an important announcement to make. The link that I had pinned for Chris's show, I was testing it out just a couple minutes ago and it did not work. Every time I tried to go there, it said this video is no longer available. So I looked up Chris's show on YouTube. I found the correct link and I have put a new link in the chat. It is now pinned, and that is the correct link to Chris's show.
Okay, I don't know where the other link came from, but yeah, I
It's
go to the one
possible
that's
that
on.
he changed the link. He may have had an issue with the link and changed the link.
I clicked on the link you just posted and it took me to some YouTube page and Dr. Ben was there and some others were already there in chat.
Right, yeah. The chat is already going for his show, and it shows a picture of a demon with a Christmas hat on, and it shows that it's starting in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's I just clicked on the link in the playlist, you know, and it's running one of his little commercials that he does beforehand.
Okay, so I don't know why my link didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Maybe
like
one letter got cut off at the end of it or something.
Yeah,
You just don't know how to click. That's all.
I think Purple's explanation is more likely, but Jenny's could be right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've clicked on this playlist one
Well-
and it seems to be working. So
As long as you got a working link out in the chat now.
So
I get
I've
to go
been
back to bed after this show. Yay!
speaking. I have been working on a blog project, just as personal thing over Christmas break. It's mostly done, except I need to get the back end and front end stuff done. And I'm just hoping at some point someone will tell me it's like, I am wasting my time on this because no one's going to care. But it has been an interesting exercise in front end and back end web development.
Uni, of course, I recognize little hints you put into the artwork you do for me. It's always fun.
Okay.
Oh, I might get a chance to see Junie. At the end of January, I have to drive back down to Sloth Girl's hometown to deliver some stuff to her family.
Oh.
That's cool.
So
I think it's really great.
Yeah,
to get
I will be driving fairly near where Junie lives now.
Okay, we need to wrap up in just a few minutes. So I want to reiterate that next stream is the Daily Atheist Morning Show. And there is a pinned link and a link in the description to get over there. After that is Ember. And after Ember is Ryan Cultastic. And after that is Purple. So that will get you to 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Well,
Yep. And
And-
I just the link for the Daily Atheist Morning Show in the playlist. Like I said, had been playing one of his little commercials first, and yeah, now I've got a picture that he's got like a little dancing cow going and a goat at the bottom.
Okay, I don't know why my link wasn't working. It's weird.
yeah, it probably was just you cut off a letter or something.
Okay.
Either that
yeah,
or they had
probably.
to restart the stream somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might be putting up a new link for my stream because I think you have to get the streaming key when you first set up the stream.
No, if you're in StreamYards, you can pick up the streaming key after you go into it.
Oh, if you're not using StreamYards, though, I think my unfinished journey is correct.
Well,
Yeah,
I am using StreamYards to set it up. Now, I know I can get the link, but the stream key is the stream key is not a URL.
Yeah, it's
And that you can get after you've already set it up.
Yeah, well, after you're inside the room, if you press on the button for inviting someone else, it'll give you an option, for copying the link.
hold on.
Right.
I think I see the issue. He's talking about the stream key, not the link.
I have only used the stream key once, and when I did, the person I gave it to talked me through it, and that was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
for the-
I've never needed to use the stream key. It just automatically links to my YouTube channel.
Oh,
As for
hold on. I didn't get to do this at the last show because everybody
All
kept
right.
talking, so stop talking. Cosmic Kyle is here. And Cosmic, I invited to the show Purple
Oh, okay.
to maybe show some of his latest astrophotography, which is just beautiful work.
Oh,
Hello.
cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's have you.
That
But
would
they
be
did
cool.
not respond as to whether or not they would show up. So I'm just wanting to announce it here and maybe guilt them into showing up.
Well, I think I will be visiting my uncle at that point. So
Yeah,
Wow.
and I've already been up all night, so sometime before our show, I'm gonna have to nap for a little bit.
I was just looking at the link, that first link you had, Granny. You didn't miss just one letter; you missed 6.
Ah, okay.
Oh, Granny.
Okay, so
Okay. Somehow I
you
didn't
damn
get
the
old
link got
people.
truncated.
I am sorry. I would have had a stream, but I was just I didn't know what my plans were going to be until very late.
Yeah, well, Jenny, you youngsters and all your newfangled gadgets, how do you expect us to keep up with them?
Aren't you younger than Jenny?
And Purple, can I talk to you backstage
Yes.
after the end of the stream? Okay.
I'm young compared to Granny. I get to actually call her Granny. She's so old. I get to call her Granny.
Well, if I'm recalling right, I think Granny is 2 years older than I am.
Oh, really? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm 64.
Oh shit! I thought you were older than me. God damn it!
No. Yeah, I'm only 61 now, so.
Okay.
I think there's like a period in the summer, that it's a couple of months that we're down to
My
only 2
birthday's
years
in
apart
May,
instead
so
of
I'll
3.
turn 65 in May.
Medicare time.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I already have
so your birthday's before mine.
I already have my first
Okay.
geriatric exam scheduled with my doctor for a welcome to Medicare.
Mine is coming on Friday.
You weren't in Medicare yet?
No. It's just my annual.
I've been talking.
Your annual. Okay, gotcha.
Hey, my age is 30 if you express
I've been talking my doctor into the point that since I never got to be a young woman, if he can, if I can keep my hormone levels more at a woman who's like in her late 30s.
My mom would have been
Guess I never got a
73.
chance for the experience.
All right, well, just remember, you're only young once, but you can be emotionally immature forever.
Yep.
Good one, Porpoise.
That was from a Bloom County comic strip years ago.
Chris's show is still running the intro, but it is there. I've got it on another tab, so I'm keeping an eye on where he is and what he's doing. So he's still on his intro. He isn't live yet. Do you want me to keep going until he's live, or do you want me to hand off so that people can go and join his? Although people can join and be on both, it doesn't make that much difference.
Yeah.
I've only got Purple and Journey's shows to do, and after that, nobody else wants me, so I get to sleep all day tomorrow.
Well, you can ask around. I don't know, who else might be looking for any extra panel members.
Okay. He is live now, so we'll go ahead and wrap up.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye, chat.
All right. See you all over there.
Here.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure. Everyone, heathens greetings. Have a merry whatever holiday you are
Merry
celebrating.
Christmas to all.
Yeah. Peace and goodwill to everyone. Jenny, what would you like to say?
Have a wonderful few days off, everybody. And when you go by the church, spit on it for me, too.
Mage?
Merry Giftmas.
Porpoise?
Be excellent to each other, and so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Cool. Journey?
My stream is starting at 7 Central, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And it'll be my live stream debut. So
oh, cool.
And
cool.
And Jenny,
Where's my kazoo?
Jenny will be my co-host, and we'll be talking about a family-related science topic.
Yep.
All right.
That is a requirement for our marathons. We always have to have one person who has never streamed before.
That sounds cool. Okay, everyone, head over to Chris Mallard and the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Thank you, everyone, for joining me.
Okay. Bye-bye. See you over at Chris's show.
Live
Bye,
your
all.
life.
Don't
Later.
get caught.